Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me. I'm Simon Cohen. I represent the Aardvark Israel program. We actually have three different programs. I'm going to start by talking about the Aardvark Israel Tech Track. So please excuse me while I hopefully successfully share my screen. So Aardvark Israel is an organization that runs gap year programs for Jewish students from all over the world, aged 17 to 21. About 80% have just finished high school, and about 20% are already done a semester, a year of college, or even more, maybe, as well. We're running our tech program in partnership with the Developers Institute. Developers Institute is an organization that, or is a college, a tech college that has campuses in 8 different countries around the world. It's a well-renowned tech college, and you're going to do the whole tech course with them. It's an amazing opportunity, and it's for people who really want to do high tech in Israel. If you're excited about high tech, if you see a future for yourself in high tech, if you want to do networking, if you want to learn about high tech in Israel, the startup nation, the place which is giving tech some of the greatest inventions in the world, this is the place to do it, and this is the program for you. Now, underlying all of the Aardvark Israel's programs, including the tech program, is this idea of living like a local in Israel. We wanted to come and be fully immersed in Israeli society and get to know the people, the land, the culture, the language, and everything else as well. You're going to connect with Jewish students from all over the world, from completely different backgrounds, religious, secular, everything in between. Plus, as a few people have said, including the last program, there's Jewish students coming from all over the world on our program. We've had students from over 50 different countries up to this point on our program. And it's a great opportunity to live with people who are coming for a shared experience in Israel, but are very different from you from all over the world. What we're trying to focus on, as well as this connection to Israel and exploring your Jewish identity, is personal and professional development. And as I go through and explain all of our 3 programs, actually, you'll see that through our internships, our volunteering, our academic program, it's very much about you growing, learning life skills, professional skills, work skills, and all sorts of things like that as well. We have one of the best staff to student ratios of any programs in Israel. It's 12 to 15 students to one madrich or madricha. And so there's plenty of staff around to help you and help you succeed on your program. Now, the tech track you can either do for 5, 7, or 9 or 11 months on our program. The first 5 months is based in Jerusalem, where you would do a coding course and a month-long hackathon. In the Israeli summer, between June and August, you will get to work in an American Jewish summer camp. And the last 4 months of the program, if you choose to extend that long, you're in Tel Aviv doing a internship in a high-tech startup company. Now, we're based in phenomenal locations in Israel. In Jerusalem, you're smack bang in the middle of downtown Jerusalem, right next to Machane Yehuda. It's about a 10-minute walk to the old city of Jerusalem. It's right next to Ben Yehuda Street, and it's literally next to the Shuk, the Machane Yehuda market, which is an amazing place to be. It's lively all day and all night. And if you continue through to Tel Aviv, you're in the Florentine neighborhood, which is about a 10-minute walk to the beach. It's right near Shuk Carmel, and Florentine itself is the city, is the epicenter of Tel Aviv, the city that never sleeps. So it's a phenomenal place to live. Our students absolutely love it there. Now, you're living in apartments on our program, fully furnished, fully equipped apartments. And our idea is that you're learning life skills, learning how to cook for yourself, clean for yourself, do your own laundry, learning how to budget, doing your own grocery shopping. We are not a coercive program, so we have apartments that are kosher and Shomer Shabbat, apartments that are kosher but not necessarily Shomer Shabbat, and apartments that are not kosher and not Shomer Shabbat. And that way everyone can be comfortable in their apartment, which is their home, and that's ultimately the goal. Now, in terms of the program itself, it's somewhat integrated into the Aardvark Israel program. And there's 4 key aspects of the program. There's the tech stuff, which includes a coding course and a tech tour. There is an academic program and field trips all over Israel as well. Weekends on this program are predominantly free. There's a couple of Shabbatonim on the program, but they're predominantly free. And the evenings, there are different activities going on. Some are optional and some are mandatory. Now, the key aspect of this program is really the coding course, where you're learning lots of different languages to become a front-end developer, back-end developer, full-stack developer, and everything else you could need to create mobile apps and web development and all sorts of things like that. We have lots of different levels. So if you're coming in with no coding knowledge whatsoever, that's fine. And if you have some experience in coding, that's great, because we do differential learning. And it's a great opportunity. It's a certified course. You get a certificate at the end. It's recognized all over the world by many different places and many different work placements. And you're going to get all the skills you need in order to really advance in this world of high tech. Once a week, you're going to be doing something called a tech tour, and that is where we take you to meet the people who have given Israel the reputation of startup nation. Whether it's the CEOs of giant corporations or brand new entrepreneurs who are in high-tech incubators and just getting started with their new ideas. Plus, we'll take you to meet venture capitalists and talk about crowdfunding and all sorts of other things so you really understand how the world of high tech works. And it's a great opportunity for both being inspired and networking as well. In addition to that, we have an academic program. We have classes that are going on. We are accredited university program. So there's a courses run by through Portland State University. If you're interested in studying in America, Canada, or in Israel after the program, you can do our courses for credit. Beyond that, we have mini courses. The mini courses are for people who don't want to do the academic courses, but still want to learn. We have all sorts of Jewish and Zionist kind of topics. Each course is like 5 weeks long. Students absolutely love it, and it ranges from anything from Jewish humor to Israeli film to Jewish art to 5 Jews, 10 opinions, the online Israeli conversation. And on top of all that, everybody is learning Hebrew on our program. We have like 8 different levels, ranging from people who've grown up speaking Hebrew all of their life because their parents are Israeli, and people who've never seen the alphabet before in their lives, and every level in between as well. We also have chugim, those people who want different types of experiences that aren't necessarily academic. Yoga, meditation, creative art, creative writing, drama, spoken Arabic. So really you get to pick and choose and build your version of the program vis-a-vis the academic part of the program. Every Tuesday we're doing Tiolim all over Israel. Many of our students have been to Israel multiple times before. So what we're trying to do is take you off the beaten track to what we like to call the hidden gems of Israel, those secret places that tourists don't know about. Even Israelis don't get to some of the places we go to, and that's every single week of the program. We're going all over Israel. Plus 3 times during the semester we do longer overnight trips where we spend a few days in the Golan Heights, the Galil, the Negev Desert, the Judean Desert. If you stay to the second semester, we do a kibbutz seminar, so you get a bit of a feel for what a kibbutz is all about as well. Every evening there's activities going on. Some are optional and some are mandatory. We have a campus rabbi running Jewish learning throughout the week on both campuses. For those who are interested, we have our madrichim running some more social group bonding activities. Plus you're in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. There is so much to do in those cities. So you can really get out and be a part of those cities and experience the nightlife there, going to concerts, sports events, art exhibits, street festivals. There is always something going on for you. Plus, each of our communities, we're quite a big program. When in January, probably when you guys start, there'll be between 300 and 350 people on our program. So we've split you into communities of about 50 people, which kind of so you can fit on a bus, a private bus, and go on your tiolim and stuff like that on your hikes. And each community is paired with a Mechina program. You just heard about the Mechina program. There's over 80 in Israel. So we've paired each of our community with a different Mechina. So you're having regular interactions with Israelis your age throughout the program. So it's not just like a one-off mifgash or one-off encounter for a couple of hours here and there. It is day-long activities, it's overnight trips, it's weekend activities, and you really get to know Israelis your own age as well. So not only are you going to get people from all over the world your age, but also Israelis your age as well whilst on our program. After you finish the coding course, you then do a month, or what we call Impact Month. That's where you do a month-long hackathon where you take the skills you've just learned in the tech course and you dedicate them and donate them to a charitable organization. And you can do a hackathon where you're going to spend a few days learning about what is this charitable organization all about, what is its goals, what is it trying to achieve, what does it do well, what does it do maybe need to improve on, and then you're going to find a tech solution to make this charitable organization more effective and more efficient. And then at the end of the month, you're going to do this big reveal where you reveal what you're going to donate to this charitable organization in terms of a tech solution. It is an absolute highlight of the program. The students absolutely love it. In June, July, and August, we send you to work in an American Jewish summer camp. We work with the largest Jewish summer camp in America. There's got over 5,000 campers and over 1,000 staff members spread over 7 different camps. You can work with younger kids, older kids. You can work in a camp with, for kids with special needs. And there's a couple of religious camps as well. Dozens of positions to choose from. It's great fun. Plus on the program, you can also, we take you to do a 3-day tour of Washington, D.C. and a 3-day tour of New York City as well before the camp starts. If you choose to extend and do an 11-month program, so for the last 4 months of the program, you're living in Tel Aviv and you are interning for the vast majority of the day. You're still doing a bit of Hebrew and some other classes, and the evening activities are still there if you want them, but the vast majority of the day is set aside for our internship program. And that is where we pair you with a high-tech startup company, and you're working alongside other developers in the high-tech world. You've got lots of skills. You're not just bringing tea and coffee here. You are really doing some, developing The companies absolutely love you. We pick companies that really need you, not these giant multinational corporations, because they don't need you. But small startups really need you. They want your help. They need your help, and they're going to use you and be and interact with you. It's great for networking. It's phenomenal for building up your resume and your CV, and it's a really great opportunity to get some real life work experience in the world of high tech and see if that's something you want to do for the rest of your life as well. And that takes place, as I said before, 4 days a week, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, from around 10 in the morning until you want to finish in the evening. You want to go be there till 10, 11 o'clock at night with the other developers, you go for it. You want to finish at 4 and everybody else is, that's fine, whatever you want to do. But the internship there is for you to really build up your resume and your CV and to really network and get some first-hand professional work experience in the world of high tech. On this program, you get the opportunity to do, if you want to pay extra, you can go to different countries around the world. You can do one country per semester. In the first semester, you have the choice between Ethiopia, Italy, and Germany. In the second semester, you have the choice between Spain, Czech Republic, and China. In each of those countries, you're going to see the main tourist sites and experience the culture of the country you're in. You can also interact with the local Jewish community in each of those countries to understand the Jewish narrative in each of those countries. And as a Zionist program, we do a seminar in the Israeli embassy in each of the countries we go to understand Israel's place in the world and Israel's place in the international community. You can do one trip per semester. We also offer the option to go to Poland and do a March of the Living kind of experience, which is learning all about the Jewish experience in Europe and Poland specifically in the 1,000 years up to the Second World War, and learning all about its eventual destruction in the Second World War and seeing the places where that actually happened as well. The program starts January the 10th. There is Pesach break. The last day of spring semester is May, except if you're staying for the impact month, we're going to extend it to June the 8th for you. If you want to go to American Summer Camp, that ends in the end of August. And if you want to do the whole program with us, you're going to end towards the end of December. You can see here the prices for the program. Spring semester is about 16.5. Spring semester plus, which includes the camp and goes all the way through to August, is 17.5. And the year plus program is 28,000. This is US dollars. We are eligible for both Masa grants and the Israel Go grants as well. And that's everything I have to say. I did that very quickly. There is a lot more to talk about. So on Tuesday at 8:15, I will be doing this presentation much slower. I'm going to be able to breathe and take a drink whilst I'm talking, and I'm going to be able to answer all of your questions as well. So in the chat now, I'm going to post a link for you to fill in if you want to join that session. If you just want more information about our programs, please click on the link in the chat. And we will contact you and we'll send you the link to this virtual seminar I'm doing on Tuesday evening. Everybody is welcome to come. That's 8:15 on Tuesday, and that's 8:15 Melbourne time as well. So, and that concludes the presentation. If anybody has any questions, I've got 2 minutes before I do my next presentation about our next program. So I'm happy to answer anything anyone might have.
Thank you so much. We'll take some questions now. So take a minute just to write whatever you need in the chat. And we'll start off with our first one. So first of all, what is covered in the cost of the program? Is food provided on the program?
Great question. So it includes everything but the flights to and from Israel, food in your apartment. We recommend 1,000 shekels a month for food in your apartment, and then spending money, which is what you choose to do in your free time. That's what's not included. Everything else is included.
Okay.
Thank you.
Amazing. And we'll just wait for everyone else to post any questions that they might have. And any other questions that you guys have, don't worry. Simon's going to be here for the next 2 presentations. So anything you remember, you got a bit of time to think about.
Yeah, someone asked what vitamins I take. Does that mean you think I have a lot of energy? Is that what that's about?
I was going to say, this is such an enthusiastic presentation.
I love what I do. And I've been doing it for 23 years, and I'm still excited about bringing young Jewish students from all over the world to Israel for meaningful long-term experiences. So it's just energy.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Any other questions, though? Not to do with my diet. Although I'm happy to do that too, if you really want, whatever you like. Otherwise, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to be back in 5 minutes to talk about Masa Year of Service, which is our second program we're going to talk about today. So that was tech. If you're interested in something a little bit different, the next presentation is for those more interested in volunteering, and I want a much more immersed Israeli experience volunteering, doing basically Shirut Lumi or Shnat Shirut, if you know what that is, and if not, I'll explain in the next session. And the session after that is a much more customizable program where you get to pick and choose and build a version of the program that works best for you based on what you're interested in. So those are the next two presentations coming up, both with me. And Aardvark doesn't offer program for older folks. Depends how old you're talking about, but I'm sorry, we don't go beyond 21. But thank you for the question. I'll take that as a compliment.
And also, there's the one before. Can participants leave the program in the Pesach break?
Yeah. Pesach break is free. It's Pesach break. You can come and go as you please. You'll have the apartment to stay in. You always have somewhere to stay. But if you want to go away for Pesach break, tour around Israel, visit family in Europe, or go somewhere else, that's completely up to you. As long as it's safe to do so, corona-wise and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to get stuck in another country.
Amazing.
Thank you. Somebody said excellent presentation. I don't know who you are because it says anonymous attendee, but thank you very much. That was very nice to hear.